What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's episode. Today, we're going to be making some grassland hills. So let's jump right into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Critical Crix's workshop. Today, we're going to be using some XPS foam board here, which is basically insulation foam board, to make some temperate hills or grassland hills. So I'm just starting off with my hobby knife here, and I'm going in and making some rock-like textures. And the way you achieve this is I angle my hobby knife and cut into the foam board and just kind of cut out chunks to simulate erosion on the rock here. And I just kind of rinse and repeat that and then smooth out the edges and just keep doing that here. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking my hobby knife and just cutting into the XPS foam board and just kind of angling my blade so that it pops out a chunk. Creates a nice little rocky texture, and you can alternate angles to make it look more organic, if you will. And my initial idea was I wanted this incline here to be where some miniatures can stand on it. So I'm going to start off here and start rounding the edges and start making a nice transition up to the peak of this hill. So I'm just going to do a miniature test. Don't really like it. So I'm going to start shaving down this foam a little bit more. It's okay if my blade strokes aren't just perfect. I want there to be different types of texture here, because if you think about it, rock has different formations of texture from erosion. You got the environment, you got the wind, you got the rain, snow, and it erodes down the rock and gives you these nice striations in the rock. So again, just going in with my hobby knife here some more and just making some more textures here. And you want to keep rinsing and repeating that step. What it does is it creates this illusion that this has been a weathered rock for a long time and that this rock has been around for a long while. So just cleaning up the rock here, getting rid of the excess. Now time for a miniature test. Nice. So time to prime it. I'm going to use some black acrylic paint here mixed with Mod Podge. And I got this idea from Black Magic Crafts. Now, the reason being is the Mod Podge mixed with the black primer here, it seals your piece and it's going to make it stronger and more durable. It's a very good idea, and I recommend checking out his channel. He does a lot of amazing work. It's actually inspired me on a few things, so check him out. So here I'm just making sure I got good coverage all over the XPS foam, and just, you want coverage on this. You want the solution to be thick here. If it's not, you're gonna have to put on more coats because the XPS foam board will show through. That purple will keep showing through. So here we're gonna go with some overbrushing, and I'm gonna do that with some gray. So what I mean by overbrushing is it's very similar to dry brushing, except you're only gonna wipe off a little bit of the excess paint on your brush. You don't want it to be like a dry feeling. You still want it to be a wet feeling on there. So the reason being is rock has different types of colors and textures. So when you overbrush, the majority of the piece here is going to be covered in gray. but the undertones of the black and the Mod Podge are still going to show through. It's almost like the rock is been eroded, and I love that feeling. So now I'm just going to come in with some chocolate sprinkle brown. It's like a dark chocolatey brown look, and I want that foresty grassland type feel here, almost like there's like dirt on top of the rock. And this color really simulates that very well. So now I'm going to go in with some quick highlights, and I'm using some desert tan here, and I just want to kind of brush up and touch up the edges here just to kind of highlight it. And I'm going to go put some spots in the middle just to kind of give it some color variation, but I want to go kind of heavy on the edges here just to highlight it up and give it some contrast from the dark chocolate sprinkle. All right, so time to put some flock on this. So I'm just going in with some Gorilla Glue PVA glue, or you could use Elmer's glue, same thing. I like the Gorilla Glue. I'm just gonna go in with a brush here. It's already been ruined. It's not one of my good brushes, so I'm just gonna spread out that glue and get a nice even coverage here. So we're gonna go in with some flock here from Army Painter. Now you can get this on Amazon or on their website. It's not that expensive. You can also get it at your local hobby shop, and they should have it there. So now I'm gonna go in with some moss that I got from my local floral section, and I just put some PVA glue on there and just kind of stick it to the rock to give like this overgrown weed look appearance. So you can get this moss in the floral department at the hobby shop or at Walmart. I love it because it gives like a nice mossy look. So here I'm just gonna put some PVA glue and put some more of that moss that I got from the floral department and make some bushes here. And I just randomly put the PVA glue where I think plant life would be growing. So here I'm gonna go in with like some tufts, and what I'm doing here, I'm gonna add some trees to it just to give it some variation. And all I did here was I took the tree and I pushed like a little hole into the foam and then added some glue to it, and then voila, there it is. I think it's time to look at that final result here. Enjoy, guys. There you have it, guys. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Thanks, guys.